Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to make some embellishments that I can hopefully put with this Martha Stewart pad. It didn't have a name besides Martha Stewart, but I would say it's kind of girly and feminine and maybe a little formal because it's got the gold foil on it. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna go ahead, I pulled out some papers here, colors that I've had just in scraps, and that's all I want to use is scraps. And so I've got some peaches because that's in there. Just about every pink I pulled out matched. And then I've got these peaches kind of in betweens and lights. This is pretty thin. I don't know if it's usable. It's a Paper Studio. And this one here, that's quite large. And then I've got some of these kind of blues that worked with it, or like they're actually kind of a turquoise and a little bit green that worked with it. I think this was kind of my darkest color in the whole scheme of things, unless I pulled that one out by accident. Well, it kind of looks like it's part of this darker color. So these are the ones I'm going to use. I will start with like my largest dies. Now, oh, and I pulled out white too. So some of these, like this one I got at Tuesday morning. And I bought an extra one of these. I'm going to throw it into the giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. And I think I'm going to make some of these in white. The envelope might be good to use with this collection. I think this probably isn't formal enough. But I'm going to probably just do some in white to see what it looks like. These flowers would be really good with this collection. Maybe the jar if I used it like a vase. This would work really good. I have my number and letter dies. I probably won't do any of them. I think I'm going to try to do those as I need them. I have some ovals and some squares, so I might do those if I need some other things. Here's like dandelions and foliage, so I could do some of that. Some of these things I might do in white just to try them. This one just says hello. I got it free from, I don't remember where, I think scrapbook.com. And these ones were the ones I've got from the Tuesday morning. And so some of these, I don't know if I'll use that, but I might do some of them just in white to see them. This one I have used. I love that. And I have not used this, but kind of not my collection right now. But maybe I'll do some in white just to see what it looks like. So I'm going to go cut some out. And then I have some little tiny ones that I also got for... is this from Tuesday? Yeah, this is from Tuesday morning. This was a Christmas present. This is a Christmas present. This is a Christmas present. And so anyhow, I'm going to go cut some, and then I'll come back and we'll make some embellishments together. Okay, I'm back, and I've made, I die cut a bunch of leaves. The Tim Holtz, I think it's Tim Holtz, or Sizzix. Oh yeah, Tim Holtz. And so I've cut out a bunch of those, and I kind of showed you a bunch of that stuff. And so I've cut them out in different colors. So since this was my color palette, I went and got scraps to pull out as much scraps as I could, just to get rid of my scraps. And I really like this one. That's so cool. Love it. Let's see if I can show you on something that's a little more, that shows it up really good. So I made 2 of those. I cut out some of the lace pieces, as I'm sure you've seen those before. And I made them in white and pink. And this is a little dark, but see, in this, like this, that one's dark. So I figured it was all right to use that. I made some little doily type things and then a couple of the bigger ones. And then I made this one. It kind of looks like Queen Anne's lace. I thought it looked like dandelions, but once I cut it, I thought, I think that's Queen Anne's lace. And then I did cut out some of these, even if I don't use them for this collection. I just thought, well, I've got these papers out and I'm die cutting, so I'll do that. And made one little envelope. I made some of, just used some of the, oh, what is it? Like ledger paper and just plain pink, plain turquoise. And I made some of these, but I think they would be too dimensional for anything I would do. And so I've taken those and then I've made some other things. Like I cut some circles and some half circles. And so I'm gonna take some of those. Oh, so here's my color palette. And then here's some of the things that I had scraps from doing. I think I've done 2 layouts with this collection. So I just want to have something that I can grab it and say, okay, I can use that for this collection. And like I would never use that. And then this one here. And I probably wouldn't use that unless I went and took a picture of that swan that's down the road. So I've got that, and I've used this just lately. And then I thought, I'm just gonna punch a few out of here too, and I know that's probably really glary, but it's really pretty. And so I've decided to take some of them and make circles. And so let me see what I have here. Okay, where's my sample? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I've taken and punched, and this is a 2-inch circle. Here someplace. Actually, I had 2 of them, so I gave one to my friend. So we had one at her house. I think I found it at Tuesday morning one day. It's like, oh, I need that. And it's like, nope, I already have one. So I took this little gingham that was in my scraps and I cut a half a circle. You can kind of see where it looks like there's a line that would be half in here. I don't know if that's what it was, but it looks like there's a line here and here. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm kind of placing it where I can kind of see the flowers, where it looks like the top of the flowers. So I'm doing 2 of them and putting the gingham down below. I've already got one, it's my sample. And sometimes when I'll cut like, I'll trim like a little piece of paper off. It's like, it's so perfect that I just save it. Even though it's like, I think, okay, what am I gonna use that for, Terry? So anyway, it's like, I thought today I'm gonna, I didn't save enough room. Where's my little spatula? Okay, so I'm gonna just tuck this in here. So it kind of has like a little ledge or little detail at the top. If I can get in there far enough. And then my little scissors. And so I've just got that where it's kind of trimmed with that little green. It's kind of a green teal. And then I'm going to just cut off a little piece of this white. And the one that I have as a sample, I just kind of tucked it in. And where's my glue? And this was one of the papers from the collection too. It's kind of, I think it was that paper that was, it goes lighter to top. What is that called? I can't even think of it. Too tough for my brain today. I went bra shopping. It was heck. So just, I mean, they're very, very simple. This one I don't think I think I just didn't even glue it. I didn't. What is it called when it goes light to dark? I know you guys are just hollering at me, telling me what it is. I can't think of what it is. Okay, now I kind of tucked it. Oh, maybe I didn't glue any of this. Okay. And I was really liking it. Okay. That's probably good there. And on the back of that floral, it has this pattern. And I thought there's not really a whole lot of, it's pretty simple. But now if I have a theme, then, I can always pull in themed items. But I thought this kind of just gives me a starting point because it's like it's like I get used to working with a kit and it's like, what do I do now? Is anybody else like that? I'm so spoiled. I've been working with a kit. I like everything in there that matches. And then I have these and it's like, even when I'm searching for things that I'm thinking, okay, this will work. And then the colors are just slightly off, just enough to bother me. Okay, and trying to push that in. Maybe I think I taped it a little too close. I'll be more careful next time. And I was thinking about stamping something, but it's like if you don't know what you're going to use it for, I kind of hate to do that. Okay, it's not quite as thin as what I would like it, but I'll leave it for now. And you could probably layer all these together and then punch it. But sometimes I find where it's like it's too thick and it won't punch well. And then I'm just going to cut off just a small amount of the branch. And one side always looks like the top to me. And I'm sure it is. It's like it just it's kind of more raised where the other side's sunken in. And that's one thing I like about die cutting over, cutting with a Cricut. I like that little bit of raised. So there's not much to that, but I just think it's simple and cute. And I've still got a little piece of that left, so I'll put it back with my little branches. Okay, and then I took one of the gold. I'm totally at a loss for words today. I've spent too much time alone today. I have had nobody to talk to. It was horrible at the bra store. I've lost like 15 pounds. And you think it's like, okay, I just want the same ones I had before. But it's not working. It's so weird. So it's like I got a smaller size and then the cup was too small. It's like, I thought, been here for, how long was I there? Like an hour and a half. It's like, I just can't take anymore. It's just down the street. I mean, it's like, it's not, it's at our outlet mall. It's a Hanes Ballet. And it's like, I really like the ones that I had before. I tried on other ones. None of those fit. Does anybody else have bra woes? Totally having the bra woes today. So annoying. And I have a wedding coming up. I would just like a new one. Because these other ones are not fitting right. I got them as tight as they can go. Okay, now this branch, I'm going to leave it whole. Just like I did that one here. That one there. That one here. I'm still trying to think of what that word is when it goes from light to dark. Or dark to light. I'm trying to think of it in hair. Oh. That's what happens when you get bra brain. Bra shopping brain. Okay, I think these are really cute. That's kind of, and look at what a cute Christmas ornament it would be too. That's what I'm thinking now that I'm looking at it. And I just kind of place the floral how I want it. I guess I could come in a little closer. The floral the way that I think it looks the best. What will be sticking out. And this one I put the pink on the top, the little band. And again, it was like just a little piece that it's like probably 1/8 of an inch. And it's like, oh, it's so cute because it's just straight. That doesn't always happen. So I'm just gonna, I thought about putting it just a little ways down, but I can't make a straight line with the glue if I do that. It's got to be up there, up at the top. I mean, I think they're cute just like that, but I like the little addition of the little branch. I think that really adds to it. And you could make them different sizes, but I thought it's kind of fun with the 2-inch. And I just happened to make 3 of these branches just alike. I kind of, you know, just made as many as what I could, laying the branches on the pieces of scrap paper. So those are those ones. See, they're really cute. Let me show you this now that I got up closer. And those ones are pretty simple. And I think they'd be cute, like a 1.5 inch. But I don't have one of those. Okay, now let me pull out another. Okay, I have this punch. I think it's called a bracket punch. So I have that, and it's 2 inches wide. So I cut out some wood. It's that Simple Stories, I think it's called Color Vibe. And so one side is wood and the other side is this grid pattern. And so I am just going to take it and cut it diagonal. both of them because I'm doing 2 because I want sets of 3. So if I want to do a triangle, then I can. And I gotta make sure I'm in the pictures. So I'm just gonna kind of overlap it and kind of try to cover the edge. And do the same with this side. And I'm not even worrying if I'm real straight. I just want to see kind of wood on each side. So like that. And then this one here, I am just going to put a little butterfly on it. And I don't know where this is from. I can't remember. I think I bought it at Hobby Lobby. It's not real big. It's kind of a... it's the one size up from the tiny one. And I am just bending that and just gluing the body so the wings are popped up. And that, here's my sample. And then I have another piece of wood and I'm going to do the same thing. And this kind of makes it look like it's framed in it without having, you know, your one that's a little bigger, because I don't have one a little bigger, but that would be nice. I'd like to have every punch I have, I'd like to have the just want like an 1/8 of an inch bigger of every one. So there's that again, and just with the little butterfly, then I'm just gluing the body and bending the wings up. And then I just decide where I want it on the design. And since the flower is pink, I'm actually kind of going where the flower is still showing, so I'm not putting the butterfly on the flower. Okay, and I have another one. Now this one here is a white circle and then that all over vine pattern, like this. I just love that. I think I used it on a Skylar one. So I'm just using the white. And then I decide which way it looks like it should be up, because it does look like there's a direction in it. I know it's kind of still kind of bright, but usually when I look in the camera it looks too bright. But then it's like when I go to load it, it's like, oh, I guess I can see it. Okay, so I'm using one of the branches. I'm just cutting off a piece of it and gluing that down first. And then I'm going to take a piece of this one and kind of cut it. I always cut it just before the next branch. And then I'm going to overlap that one with this one. And I'll have 3 decorations that look similar, but because I'm using, you know, these things like leaves and flowers and butterflies, they won't be identical, you know, if you know what I mean. Okay, and so I'm putting a butterfly on this one too. So it looks like that. So they'll look similar but not identical. Okay, and I got one more of those. And one thing about when I punch the half circle, you know, you could do a whole circle and then just cut it in half. But I thought it's kind of hard sometimes to cut them in half. Wow, I did not have that straight at all. Let me try that again. It's kind of hard to cut them in half once you have that in that circular shape. So that's why I did it this way. Okay, and I'm just gonna take this branch. I'm putting the green one on the bottom again because the white kind of blends in, but I like when I laid the white on top of it, I just liked how the two look together, even though the one is very subtle because of being on the white and the white and pink. Oh, and I'm not even in the camera. There we go. I was just putting glue on. So then I'm just overlapping the green, but it's enough that you can still see the green. And again with the butterfly. Oh, and I could have laid half of them going one way, or you know, a couple of them going one way, a couple of them going the other way. So those are super cute. And then I did this one, and it's a 1-inch punch. And where is it? Oh, this is a Martha Stewart punch. I love Martha Stewart punches. I wish all the punches were Martha Stewart punches. They just punch so nice. So I punched out again a floral, and then I had the wood pattern. I bet you that's my sister. So I'm just gonna, guess I'm covering up half of the flower because the flower was really big on that one. And I'll go ahead and do the other one. This one doesn't really have flower, it has leaves. Because I just kind of randomly chose where to punch. Now this one, the wood is a little bigger. I think on the Martha Stewart one, it doesn't really have a marking. Okay, and then I took and just cut, it's the leaves that look like this, and I just took and cut it right above the two leaves, and that's what became my two leaves for the flower. And I think the very bottom one was small, really small. So that's what I have on that one. This one will be a little bigger. And I'm gonna let it overlap. And this paper is green on the other side, so. And I'm just putting that right in the middle of the leaves. Oops, I'm trying to pick it up. So it looks like that. So mostly I'm working with circles right now, but I'll have my little die cut pieces, and then I'll have these little pieces. And then if there's like a theme, like let's say birthday or something, then I'll bring in some themed items. I think that's ones I have. And you could put a little dot in the center of the flower. I just didn't do that right now, but because I was thinking about putting an enamel dot in there or a rhinestone, so I can decide that later. It kind of looks kind of washed out, but I know usually when I actually look on the computer and see the photos, or the film, the video, that's what it is. It usually shows up, so I'm thinking it probably does. And so I did punch out some of these extra ones. This is one of the other patterns. And so I'll put these in too with it. And then I punched out like all these little pieces that I punched out are half circles, just in case I want to do something else with them. And I did some smaller ones. And then I did some other butterflies too, but I kind of didn't like them with it. And then I have some little flowers too that are all in the same color palette. So I will put these in my little thing. And oh, and these went with the little with the thing that looks like Queen Anne's lace. So I just had these separate. So I'll probably put those in a little tiny bag by themselves and stick them in there. And then I've taken I have these sleeves, and I can't remember what they're called, but Janet had told us about them, and these are the generic brand. She gets some other brand, but whenever I have like embellishment pieces that I've cut out, like the Mente pieces or P13, then I usually take one of these plastic sleeves and then I write what it is on there, or you know what the collection is called. And since this one is just Martha Stewart and it doesn't have a name, I'm gonna put Martha Stewart on here, which, well, I actually have, and then I'm gonna put all these die cuts and the embellishments in here. I might put the die cuts in this one and put the embellishments in a smaller one, just because the die cuts are pretty fragile. But if I decide I need them for something else, I'll just go get them. But since they match this collection, I really want to keep them with them, because I've kind of been using this collection a little, and it's like every time I go to use it, it's like I have to like look, search and search. Oh, this is the negative of the piece, but isn't that gorgeous? So it came out really nice, so I'm actually just gonna leave it like it is. And then these pink ones, they look real good too, so I don't know, I might like cut around them and leave them like they are, because they're just so pretty. And this pink is like, I don't know, it's like a gorgeous thickness. So I'm gonna actually just lay those in with my dies, and maybe I'll lay that on a page for some reason, I don't know. But I just thought it's cute. Rather than throw it away, I'm just gonna save it for now. And so that's all I have for today. I'll probably just tear down this pad. If you want to see me tear it down, maybe say so down in the comments. And otherwise I'm just gonna stick the embellishments with it, but I will eventually tear it down, because I really hate having them in a pad form. It's like, it just seems like I just leave it then, even though I have been using this one. So thanks for watching. I'll have close-ups of the embellishments at the end, and I will see you tomorrow with something else. Bye-bye.